Wake up, Hulk. Wake up now. Stop scrolling through this video thinking you're going to hear another motivational gimmick while you remain weak, limp, and complaining about life. I'm the Hulk, and today I'm going to tell you a truth that bodybuilders don't want you to know. Not because it's illegal, but because it shatters the pretty charade they sell you. While you think you need more supplements, more magic powder, and more empty promises, they're laughing in your face and counting their money. Let's start with the hard part. The biggest problem with your body isn't lack of training. It's a lack of functional testosterone. You can train like an animal, eat like a cow, and still have a pink Hulk-like physique if your hormones are sabotaging you from the inside. And guess what? They are. Your body has become a malfunctioning factory where testosterone enters through the front door and exits through the back door dressed as estrogen, writhing like a ballerina. This happens because of an ugly little word that almost no one explains properly: aromatase. Aromatase is an enzyme that transforms testosterone into estrogen in men. Yes, honey, in you. The more body fat you have, the more aromatase is active, and the more aromatase, the less useful testosterone. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You train like crazy, but the hole is still there, laughing in your face. And here's the first trick they don't want you to understand. Bodybuilders don't live on muscle alone. They live on hormonal control. The physique isn't created in training, it's created in the body's internal environment. Training is just the stimulus. What really dictates the biochemical environment? If the environment is bad, the training becomes a charade. A pathetic charade. Do you think those giant guys grew because they do more reps than you? Don't be naive. They know exactly how to keep their testosterone high and their estrogen low. They know when to sleep, when to eat, when to train, and most importantly, when to do nothing. While you sleep 5 hours, live stressed, eat junk food, and wonder why you're not growing. They are protecting their most important asset, their hormonal system. And let me give you another dose of reality. Cortisol, the stress hormone. This silent rascal is a testosterone killer. The more stressed you are, the more cortisol your body releases. And the more cortisol, the less circulating testosterone. Cortisol and testosterone are like two alpha males trapped in the same cage. When one rises, the other falls. And guess which one is winning in your life? Cortisol, because you live in survival mode, anxious, sleeping poorly, and thinking that willpower solves everything. It won't solve anything. Willpower without a hormonal strategy is like a powerful engine without oil. It will break down, and quickly. The second hidden trick is simple, but it hurts the ego. More training isn't always better. Overtraining without recovery increases cortisol and destroys your testosterone. But nobody wants to tell you this, because the nice speech is train like a monster. A dumb monster, maybe. Hulk doesn't train like an idiot. Hulk trains like a strategist. Experienced bodybuilders know that muscle grows outside the gym. It grows during deep sleep, when the body releases growth hormone. It grows when the nervous system is rested. It grows when the body understands that it is not under constant threat. You, on the other hand, are constantly threatening yourself. Little sleep, too much caffeine, too much stress, and zero recovery. And here comes the part that separates the men from the boys. There are no tricks without discipline. There are no shortcuts without a price. What exists is knowledge applied consistently. Bodybuilders don't do anything miraculous. They do the basics brutally consistently while you're looking for secrets in the wrong place. You don't need more motivation. You need to stop sabotaging yourself. You need to understand that testosterone isn't just a hormone. It's a reflection of your lifestyle. Your body is a daily report of your choices, and today that report is shameful. But calm down. Don't cry yet, little Hulk. This is just the beginning. Now that you understand the problem, in the next chapter I'll show you the first real, practical and applicable trick that changes this game without any fuss or magic promises. Listen here, little Hulk, because this trick is so obvious it's offensive. While you think muscle growth starts with training, real bodybuilders know it all begins in bed. Not the kind of bed your dirty mind is thinking of, the bed you actually sleep in. Sleep, that basic thing you treat like trash. Well, that's exactly where your testosterone is born or dies. I'll be direct in a way you understand. Sleeping too little turns you into a hormonally castrated Hulk. It's that simple. The greatest natural release of testosterone happens during deep sleep, not a nap, not scrolling through your phone until 2 a.m. It's real sleep, dark, deep, continuous. When you sleep poorly, your body goes into survival mode. And a body in survival mode doesn't want muscle. It wants to conserve energy. It wants fat. It wants estrogen. And here's the trick nobody tells you. Bodybuilders protect their sleep like they protect their money. They don't sleep when they can. They sleep because it's part of their training. While you brag about sleeping 4 hours and functioning, they're laughing. Because you're not functioning. You're slowly deteriorating. When you don't get enough sleep, 3 things happen at once, like a disaster trio. First, cortisol rises. Second, testosterone plummets. Third, growth hormone disappears. It's the perfect combination to turn into a deflated, irritable, weak and pot-bellied Hulk. And some people still call this a productive life. Another detail that nobody explains properly. Poor sleep increases hunger. But not just any hunger. Hunger for junk food. Sugar, bad fats, processed junk, and then you eat worse, gain more weight, activate more aromatase, and transform even more testosterone into estrogen. It's a vicious cycle, a loop of hormonal failure. Experienced bodybuilders know this. They regulate their sleep schedule, avoid bright light at night, reduce stimulation before bed, and treat sleep as part of their protocol. It's not fussiness, it's strategy. Hulk doesn't negotiate with his biological clock. Hulk controls it. Now let me shatter another illusion of yours. Too much caffeine isn't strength, it's desperation. Drinking coffee like water to compensate for bad sleep only makes the problem worse. You trick your brain for a few hours, but cortisol levels rise even higher. It's like whipping a tired horse and expecting it to get stronger. It doesn't. It breaks down. And here comes the second real trick. Predictable routine. Your body loves predictability. Sleeping and waking up at similar times regulates the hormonal axis. This axis, called the HPT axis, controls testosterone production. When you sleep at a different time each day, your body doesn't understand if it's safe or threatened. And a threatened body doesn't produce male hormones. It produces fight or flight hormones. Want to grow? Stop living like you're being chased by an invisible tiger. Stop sleeping with the light on, the TV on, and your cell phone in your face. Melatonin is a friend of testosterone. Light at night kills melatonin. Simple. Want to sound smart and ignore this? Stay small. Bodybuilders also know when to stop. They don't train until their bodies beg for help. They respect rest. Rest isn't laziness. Rest is an investment. Muscle only responds to stimulation when the body has the hormonal energy to rebuild. Without that, you're just wearing yourself out. And here comes the part that hurts your ego. You're not special. Your body follows the same biological rules as any other man's. There's no point in thinking it's different for you. It's not. Hormones don't negotiate with excuses. Want to look strong? Start by sleeping like a man. Want to look disciplined? Start by respecting your own body. Want high testosterone? Turn off the light, go to bed early, and stop sabotaging yourself. In the next chapter, I'm going to show you the trick involving food, body fat, and why many men eat healthy and remain weak. Then the blow is even stronger. Now let's delve into the most sacred ground for the average Huk. Food. Get ready. Because a lot of people get offended here. You think you eat clean, fit, and healthy, but you're still weak, lacking energy, libido, and physique. Want to know why? Because you're feeding your body like a diabetic grandmother, not like a man who wants high testosterone. Bodybuilders know something you don't. Testosterone is made from raw materials, and those raw materials come from food, good fats, cholesterol, the right micronutrients. Without them, your body simply won't produce the male hormone. You can pray, supplement, and train, but without a nutritional foundation, there's no miracle cure. And Hulk already warned, there's no magic solution. Let's start with the biggest mistake: fear of fat. Huk, if you're afraid of fat, you're afraid of testosterone. Steroid hormones, including testosterone, are derived from cholesterol. When you cut too much fat from your diet, your body goes into economy mode. It thinks, oops, raw materials running out. The result? Hormone production drops. Simple, cruel, biological. Bodybuilders don't shy away from good fats. They use them strategically. The problem is that you confuse good fats with junk fats. Refined vegetable oil, industrial fried foods, and ultra-processed junk don't build testosterone. They only inflame your body and increase estrogen. Good fats come from real sources: eggs, meat, olive oil, nuts. Real food, not pretty labels. And here's the trick that nobody explains properly. Body fat percentage matters more than weight on the scale. Eating right doesn't help if you're still overweight. Body fat activates aromatase. Remember it? That treacherous enzyme that transforms testosterone into estrogen. The more fat you carry, the more your body feminizes its hormones. You become a walking estrogen factory and don't even realize it. Then you say, but Hulk, I'm bulking. Great. Bulking isn't an excuse to become a human refrigerator. An experienced bodybuilder controls fat gain like an accountant. Controls money. Every excess has a hormonal cost. Dirty bulking exacts high interest later. Another classic mistake of the modern-day Huk: protein without context. You think eating protein solves everything. It doesn't. Protein is a brick, not an engineer. Without enough energy, without adequate fat, and without micronutrients, your body doesn't use protein properly. It becomes an expense, not a building block. And now let's talk about carbohydrates, that misunderstood villain. Carbohydrates are not the enemy of testosterone. Excess and the wrong type are. Refined carbohydrates, sugar, white flour, these mess with insulin, inflame the body, and disrupt the hormonal axis. But strategic carbohydrate intake around training time helps reduce cortisol. Less cortisol means more active testosterone. Bodybuilders know this. The uninformed Huk cuts everything out and then complains that he's weak. Another point nobody likes to hear: alcohol. Every sip is a kick in the testosterone. Alcohol increases aromatase, decreases hormone production, and destroys muscle recovery. But you want to be strong only from Monday to Friday and weak on the weekend. It doesn't work that way. Hormones don't understand social schedules. And no, it's no use compensating with miracle supplements. Does zinc help? Yes. Does vitamin D help? Yes. But supplements don't fix a terrible diet. That's like putting makeup on a corpse. First you fix the base, then you think about the details. Bodybuilders eat with purpose. Every meal has a function. They don't eat out of emotion, anxiety, or boredom. They eat to create a favorable hormonal environment. You eat to distract yourself from your own life. That's the difference. Now let me be clear, because this is the turning point. It's no use sleeping well and eating poorly. It's no use eating well and living stressed. Hormones are the result of a system, not an isolated trick. Those who understand this grow. Those who ignore it continue to complain. In the next and final chapter, I'll bring it all together, talk about discipline, real effort, and why testosterone doesn't respect spoiled men. That's the final blow. Now we come to the trick that hurts the ego of the average Hulk the most, the trick that nobody wants to hear because it doesn't fit in a capsule, doesn't come in a jar, and can't be bought with a credit card. Discipline. Yes, that annoying word you avoid like you avoid heavy squats. All the tricks I've shown you so far die without it. Sleeping well without discipline doesn't happen. Eating right without discipline becomes an exception. Training properly without discipline becomes a one-week thrill. Bodybuilders aren't disciplined because they're motivated. They're disciplined because they understand that emotion doesn't build a physique. Routine does. While you wait for willpower, they execute. While you negotiate with yourself, they follow the protocol. Testosterone respects consistency. The male hormone hates mess. You need to understand something that will hurt. Your body doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to what you do repeatedly. Repeatedly sleeping poorly weakens you. Repeatedly eating junk food feminizes you. Repeatedly training incorrectly breaks you. And doing everything right for 3 days doesn't erase months of self-sabotage. Hulk isn't saying this to humiliate you, he's saying it to wake you up. There's a dangerous myth that needs to die now. The myth that discipline is talent. It's not. Discipline is a decision repeated until it becomes an identity. At first it's uncomfortable, then it becomes a pattern. Bodybuilders don't wake up excited every day, they wake up committed, and commitment doesn't depend on mood. Another point that nobody likes to admit, testosterone doesn't like chaotic men. Irregular schedules, messy routines, broken promises to yourself. This destroys the hormonal axis. Your body interprets chaos as a threat. Threats generate cortisol. Cortisol kills. Testosterone, simple, cruel, fair. And here comes the final blow. There is no such thing as one isolated trick. The 7 tricks I promised are, in fact, a system. Sleep, food, body fat, smart training, recovery, stress management, and daily discipline. Those who apply only one become mediocre. Those who apply them all become dangerous. Dangerous in a good way, strong, reliable, stable. Do you want to know why some men walk into a room and are respected without saying a word? It's not just the size of their arms. It's the posture of someone who keeps their promises, of someone with stable energy, of someone who isn't constantly tired, complaining, and apologizing for existing. That's testosterone at work, not just in the blood, but in their behavior. Now let me be clear, so there's no room for illusion. It won't be easy, it won't be quick, it won't be comfortable, and it won't happen if you keep looking for shortcuts. Hulk doesn't promise magical transformation. Hulk promises consequences. Do the basics well every day, and your body responds. Ignore them, and it will charge you interest. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You need to stop being a negligent fool. You need to stop living as if your body is disposable. Every sleepless night, every junk meal, every sloppy workout is a vote against yourself. Now imagine voting in favor every day for months. The result is inevitable. And here I conclude as I began. Wake up, little Hulk, but not to be offended now, to take a stand. You already know what to do. You just need to do it. And do it when nobody's watching. That's what separates the Nutella Hulk from the respectable Hulk. Testosterone isn't luck. It's a consequence. Discipline is not punishment. It is power. And power doesn't ask for permission. Hulk doesn't carry you in his arms. Hulk shows you the way. Now she's standing on her own 2 feet.